Hey guys, today we will be doing a Beyblade Tournament Analysis of the SC Beyblade Premier Columbia, hosted by myself in Irmo, South Carolina last weekend. So before we get started, I want to kind of explain what the Beyblade Premier events are in North and South Carolina. So these events are opportunities for North Carolina and South Carolina Beybladers to win a free pass package to the Beyblade Summer Games. And the Beyblade Summer Games is the big Beyblade tournament that is taking place in Orlando, Florida this summer. So the free pass package has free admission for yourself and a couple spectators. You get an opportunity to win a free night at a hotel, and you also get some t-shirts with your name on it and a few other things. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the top four for this event were the first, second, third, and fifth seeds. And the first matchup is between the first and the fifth seeds. So, Camick was the first seed and froztz myself was the fifth seed. And the combos being used here are Camick used Rage Helios 2 with the Metal Chip Core 3A and an Awoken Charge Dash. He used the End Solomon Cho Atomic, Hollow Lucifer 2 with 2A on Xtend Plus, and I used Tempest Solomon with the Metal Chip Core 1 as well Xtend Plus, Diabolos 2 as Drift, and Whirled in Left Spin Spriggan to the Orbit Map. So going into this matchup, doing the Beyblade reveal between myself and Camick, I definitely thought that Camick had an advantage, as I have played against his Rage on that Awoken Charge Dash before, and it hits extremely hard. So his Rage combo has beaten my Tempest combo in the past, as well as his Hollow combo on Xtend Plus, which his is Awoken. It has also beaten my Tempest combo in the past. Now, I like to think that I did get a little bit better, but I definitely still thought that he had the advantage. So this first matchup is Rage versus Rage, and again, the way I pick my combos, or not the combos, the way I pick which combo I want to use first is I honestly just do a random pick. Now, maybe I should pick based on what combos the opponent is using. I think that would be a smarter way to pick the combos, but I like to just do a random pick. So yeah, with this Rage versus Rage, since I am on Drift, I want to launch hard and make contact fast. And you can see that that is the exact opposite of what I actually did. So I really wanted to try to make contact extremely fast, but I didn't, and I actually told Camick when I saw me spinning around there that I was going to switch after. So I say switch, and Camick chooses to stay with Rage, which is a very good choice in my opinion, and I choose to go with Tempest. Now, like I said, his Rage is really good, but I'm very confident that I can beat Rage combos. Usually I will light launch. Now he launches extremely aggressive, so there may be a little bit of luck involved in beating his Rage combo. As you can see, when he hits me, he is getting some really good hits, and each time I'm saved by the wall. So I take the point there, and Camick asks for the switch. So I choose to stick with Tempest, as I do think that is the best choice for me on the Switch right now. So I'm not too sure about beating the end combo on Atomic. So I know that Atomic can beat Xtend Plus, and that is kind of a niche pick here in North and South Carolina. Bladers will use Atomic drivers against my Xtend Plus. So Camick will miss launch here, and actually something to mention is by WBO rules, only the judge is allowed to adjust the stadium. Now, with that said, a lot of times when there are matchups between two organizers or two judges or some mix of the two, the player judges or player organizers will adjust the stadium, and if there's any issue with stadium adjusting, then the actual judge of the match will then adjust the stadium if they think it needs to be adjusted. That said, the correct way to do that is for the players, regardless of if you are an organizer or a judge, you should ask the judge to adjust the stadium. So you'll see a lot here that we do adjust the stadiums, and I do think that is more of in the moment. We aren't really thinking about it and we just go to adjust the stadium. And there are a few times where some of the judges will go behind us and readjust the stadium, but you should not do that. And I want to make that clear. You should not do that. So yeah, this will be a relaunch as he did mislaunch there. And again, I'm not too sure about that combo as I've never played against it. I know the End is very defensive, and I know Atomic has really good stamina, but I wanted to see, hey, what's going to happen. And you'll see that I do end up winning this, and this may have something to do with maybe Camick not launching hard enough, and that's something else to mention too. So Camick does kicking mat, which moves the stadium. Now, when something like that happens, the judge can call a relaunch, or a player can ask for a relaunch, as that may affect the outcome of the match. Now, with that said, me personally, I didn't think that him kicking the stadium affected this matchup too much, and in that moment I didn't think it was going to affect the outcome. And I don't think he believed that either, and I don't think the judge believed that either. So we just let it play out. And yeah, you'll see that Tempest will win here, and Camick will ask for the switch. And at this point, he hasn't beat my Tempest, so there's really no reason for me to switch in my opinion. So I choose to just stick with my Tempest combo. Now, I did honestly expect Camick to pick his hollow combo. However, he chooses his rage combo, and he does take a little bit to think about it, but I was definitely expecting him to switch to hollow. And like I said, he has beaten my Tempest with that rage combo before, so I'm sure he was betting on being able to beat it, as he was probably like, hey, he got lucky in the first matchup, so I'm going to beat it this time. So something you'll see here is, if you pay attention to my launching, it's how I switched the launcher over to swing the Tempest. So you saw I moved my hand to the left to launch out of the way of his Tempest. As I play Camick a lot, and I know he likes to aim for that center to get that quick KO. So what I like to do is move my Tempest out of the way of that initial hit. And you can see that it worked there. So Camick chooses to switch, and I choose to stay with my Tempest, as again I haven't lost. And this time he chooses to use his hollow combo. And again, this is something else to mention, as I should say a lot of the rules from the WBO, they are well documented, but some of them I do believe can be interpreted wrong by organizers, and this here is an example of one. As you can see that Camick removed his grip from the launcher to put it on another combo. Now, my personal interpretations of the rules, and I'm going to say what the rule actually is. So when you present your Beyblade, you are supposed to present your accessories and your launchers as well, and the judge inspects them. Now, my interpretation is that you are presenting the accessories that you want to use on your launchers. However, I did speak with the organized play team, and the intention behind that rule was that when you present your launcher with accessories on it, the accessories could not be removed. So that is a little bit different than my interpretation, and I do believe a lot of the organizers' interpretations from tournaments I've been to, as I do know a lot of kids only have, say, one grip, and I do allow them to remove them from the launchers and put them on other launchers, etc. So the intention behind that rule is that if you have a launcher, if you have an accessory on a launcher, you are not supposed to remove it. So just wanted to make that clear. So again, Camick will pick his hollow combo. And like I said, he has beaten me with it before. His Xtend Plus is awoken, so depending on how hard he launches, it does get fairly aggressive. Now, something that happened in these matchups is, if you look, Camick is tilting that launcher a lot. So that 2A scrapes on the ground and wastes a lot of stamina. Or I shouldn't say the ground, it scrapes on the stadium floor and uses up a lot of his stamina. As you can look at it and see that it's losing stamina extremely fast. And yeah, my Tempest is hitting up against that 2A, but it's really not doing anything at this point as he doesn't have enough speed behind him. So yeah, this will be a win for Tempest, and Camick will choose a rematch, which at this point, yeah, I'd say it's a decent choice. I mean, it is 4-2-1. And you'll see again, he's going to tilt it extremely hard. So look at how he's tilted. He's tilted extremely hard. So again, he scrapes up against the ground and wastes a lot of stamina. And that is something I do when I use Rage on Destroy Dash. I do tilt with 3A. I do tilt really hard and my 3A scrapes the ground. So sometimes I do have to, if I'm not thinking about it, I will over tilt. But if I think about it, I can adjust the tilt so that my 3A doesn't scrape. But yeah, so just look how much more stamina Tempest has. So the next matchup is between RayneAvalon and BuilderROB. And BuilderROB was the number 2 seed and Rayne was the number 3 seed. And the combos these players are using is Rayne is using Left Spin Master with Will and Xtend Plus, Tempest Hyperion 2 with the Metal Chip Core 2A Atomic, and Hollow Lucifer 2 with 4A Convert and 1 Metal. And BuilderROB was using World Helios 2 with the Metal Chip Core 1S World Go Dash Plus Z, Rage Spriggan 3A Ultimate Reboot Dash, and Hollow Lucifer 2 with 2A Drift. And the first matchup is between Master and World. So this is a same spin matchup, Zone Dash Plus Z versus Xtend Plus. So this will be a win for the Xtend Plus combo, as that is usually how it plays out in same spin. As Zone Dash Z doesn't really have too much same spin stamina, same with Drift. And also, BuilderROB did a tornado stall. I'm not sure if he actually launched it into a tornado stall or not, but he does end up doing a tornado stall, which is not what you want to do same spin against an Xtend Plus combo, especially if you're on Zone Dash Plus C. So BuilderROB will choose to switch, and Rayne will choose to use his Master, which, given that it just won, is a decent choice as he does already have the advantage. Now, something interesting here is BuilderROB chose to go to his Rage combo. So he chose to go to Rage on Ultimate Reboot Dash against a Left Spin Master on Xtend Plus. I do think he should have switched to his Hollow on Drift combo, as it is opposite spin Drift versus Xtend Plus. He definitely has the advantage there. So I'm not too sure why he chose to use the Rage on Ultimate Reboot here. And I say I'm not too sure as I do know BuilderROB understands driver matchups. At least from my understanding, he has a fairly good handle on driver matchup. So it is very interesting that he chose to use that. He might have just been in the moment. And yeah, so with Rage on Ultimate Reboot, you do want to make contact so you can get that flower pattern going and be a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, he's just tornado stalling again, which again, you don't want to do that against an Extend plus combo in same spin. So again, Rain will get the win and BuilderROB will choose Switch. Rain will choose to keep Master, which, yeah, he just wanted a decent choice, but seeing that drift combo, he could have maybe switched, but there was no point. So, and I say there was no point as he has the advantage, so there's really not a necessity for him to switch. Now, this time, BuilderROB makes the correct decision and chooses to use the right spin drift, or rather the opposite spin drift combo. And he does actually get a burst in this one, which was kind of surprising. So Rain will choose Switch, and BuilderROB will choose his World Combo. And Rain will choose to use his Tempest on Atomic. Now, this is honestly the point where I think Rain lost this match. As from here on, it becomes at least a little clear that either Rain isn't really thinking about driver matchups or he isn't too familiar with some driver matchups. As he should have chosen to use his Master. And even not being familiar with driver matchups, he did just beat that roll combo with his Master, so even that's enough to go back to your Master combo. As what he just did here is he's giving the opponent unnecessary information on how he plays. And what I mean by that is by using Tempest here, he's showing the opponent how he launches this specific Tempest combo, how hard he pulls the string, how much he tilts the launcher if he tilts it, does he do a sliding shot. He's giving the opponent a lot of information that he doesn't have to give at this point in time, as he could pick the combo that has already beaten this combo. So opposite spin, zone dash plus Z versus Atomic, or Tempest on Atomic, is no surprise. World is going to win this one. And Rain is going to ask for the switch after this one. And BuilderROB is going to actually choose to switch, which I think was a really good choice on his part, as he doesn't want to give Rain the opportunity to correct his mistake. And what I mean is that he doesn't want to stick with World and let Rain choose Master. So he chooses to switch into Hollow, and his Hollow combo is on Drift. Now, I honestly do not think that was the right choice, as Rain is using two same spin Beyblades, one on Atomic and the other on Orbit Metal. Now, seeing this, if I was Rain, I would have just chosen to stay with the Tempest combo, as it is same spin and it is Drift versus Atomic. However, he chooses Orbit Metal, which is a good choice. However, he is using Convert, and if you watch, he's also tilting his launcher, so his Convert is scraping on the stadium floor. Even though BuilderROB did use a lot of stamina there going around that stadium, he doesn't have enough stamina to actually beat it. So he chooses Switch, and BuilderROB chooses to keep his Hollow. And this is also another point where I am pretty sure Rain doesn't understand some of the matchups, as he chooses to use his Master in an opposite spin matchup of Extend Plus versus Drift. So he should have definitely switched to the Tempest combo. And some of the stuff I'm saying, I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying it as I don't think that he understood some of the matchups, or maybe he was just in the moment and wasn't really thinking about some of the matchups. As Rain is a very good Beyblade. And you see BuilderROB even mentions, actually in the other matchup where he chose to use Tempest, BuilderROB started to say, I thought you were going to use, he started to give Rain a hint, and also he did that here again when he saw that he picked that master combo. He was a little bit confused. But yeah, so BuilderROB is going to win this matchup, and then we're going to go to the third place matchup, which is Camick versus Rain. And Rain is using the same combos he just used, so I'll go over them again really quick. He's using the Left Spin Master Will Xtend Plus, Tempest Hyperion 2 with the Metal Ship Core 2A Atomic, and Hollow Lucifer 2 for a Convert Orbit Metal. And Camick is using Rage Helios 2 with the Metal Ship Core 3A Awoken Charge Dash, Hollow Lucifer 2 2A Xtend Plus, and he chose to switch out the End Solomon combo for World Diabolos with 1A between Reboot Dash. So the first matchup between these two players is Tempest versus Rage. Now, looking at this matchup, when they were doing the combo reveal, my thoughts was that Camick could win with just his Rage. As if you look at some of the combos Rain is using, I mean, he does have Tempest on Atomic, but that Rage does have a really good chance to KO it depending on how Rain launches. And with the Master combo, again, that has a good chance of being KO'd against the Rage combo on Charge Dash, and also the Hollow does as well. So it's sort of the same thing with my matchup versus Camick. He does have a really good chance of beating everything with just Rage itself. And from the history between these two bladers, Camick does beat Rain a lot. So you can see he's getting some really good hits, and that Tempest is being saved. And yeah, again, Camick kind of kicks the mat. And again, I don't think that really affected the outcome of this matchup. And I don't think Rain did either, as I'm very certain he would have asked for a relaunch if he would have thought of it. So Rain will ask for the switch, and Camick will choose to stay with Rage. As if I was Camick, I would have chosen to stay with Rage as well. So Rain will choose to use his Master on Xtend Plus. Now, I'm gonna say I don't think there's really any wrong switch in here against that Rage, at least not from the Beyblades that Rain is using. So you can see there that Camick launched, it wasn't early, but he launched faster than Rain did, so his Rage got out really fast and he was tilted a lot, so that when Rain launched, he landed on top of that Rage and flew back. As in that situation, the forces that are being applied on Camick's Rage with that angle is a down and back force. So it's not straight back, it's an angled down backwards force. And the forces that are acting, or that were acting upon Rain's combo, were straight back as he landed on top of it. So yeah, Rain will, actually he asks for a replay here. And I guess that is a decent pick. So yeah, they're going to replay. And yeah, the Rage will get some decent hits, but it's not going to be enough to KO. So this will actually, I was thinking it would come down to stamina, but what actually happens is the Master Burst. So that is the second time that the Master combo burst that day. And so at this point, I think Rain may just be kind of over it, as he asked for the switch, and he knows the rules that Camick is supposed to switch first, and I do reiterate to him, if you listen, that he should wait for Camick to pick first, as Camick should pick first, but he chooses to just pick first, as he states that he's never beaten Camick. Now, he did say switch, so Camick was supposed to pick his combo first, but here Camick sees his combo and then decides whether to switch or not, which is, I mean, I guess it may be a little questionable, but Rain did say switch. So yeah, Camick chose to use his world here. And again, you see how he's tilting. You can see that the hollow combo that Rain uses flew straight back. And Camick's combo, it did fly back, but you can see that some of the force was applied downwards, as he didn't fly back nearly at the same speed of Rain. So this is the final matchup, and it's Frost or myself versus Builder-Rob. And the combos we were using is BuilderROB used World Helios 2 with the Metal Chip Core 1S Roll Zone Dash plus C, Rage Spriggan with 3A Ultimate Reboot Dash, and Hollow Lucifer 2 with 2A and Drift. And I used End Solomon with the Metal Chip Core 1S Roll Xtend Plus, Rage Diabolos 2S Drift, and World in Love Spin Spriggan 2B Orbit Metal. So the first matchup is Tempest versus the World on Zone Dash plus Z. So I have beaten other Zone Dash plus Z combos before. However, this is one that is on 1S plus Will. So I know that he has more stamina than me. So I tell him that he's going to get the point and that I'm going to ask for the switch. And this is a bad spot to be in, as BuilderROB is a good Beyblader and he already has the advantage. So this is really a bad spot to be in. I have to rely on him making a mistake or me getting lucky in order to win this now, at least in my opinion. So I say switch, and he chooses to switch into his hollow combo, which in my opinion is not the right combo to switch into. And I say that because it is a right spin on Drift, and he sees my Tempest on Xtend Plus. So I think what may have happened here is that BuilderROB may have forgotten that I don't actually have to switch my game. So I think the right combo for him to pick would have probably been his Rage on Ultimate Reboot, as I do have the combo to beat his World, and I have the combos to beat his Hollow on the Switch. So yeah, this is same spin, Drift versus Xtend Plus, so I will win this one and he will say switch. And one more thing is, on the Switch, this really wasn't too much of a loss, as he still has the advantage as he got the first point. So in the perfect switches, I would have won that one anyway. So it's really not too much of a loss for him. So he chooses switch, and I choose to use my Rage combo, as it has the overall best likelihood of beating any of his combos. So I don't want to keep my Tempest combo, as he can just use his Zone Dash plus Z combo, and I don't want to use my Orbit Metal combo, as he could just use Opposite Spin Drift. So overall, my Drift combo, depending on how I launch it, can beat all of his combos. It can take down his Rage, or his Rage could take me down. So it's 50-50, I'd say, against all of his combos, depending on how I launch it. So what I want to do here is try to do a tilted launch and make contact as fast as I can. And I did do that, but I really didn't launch hard enough. So yeah, he gets the win on stamina there. So I will say switch, and he will switch into his rage combo, which again, I think is the combo he should use on switch-ins, as it does have the best chance to beat my combos. And he even says that he's pretty sure he's going to lose this one, as he's seen my Tempest combo beat rage combos a lot. And yeah, so there is a missed launch there. He did have a really good launch there. He launched it very hard, so that was a good launch there. And as usual, I light launch against rages to gauge how they are launching. So you see, I light launched, and I light launched away, but he didn't aim at me. He actually launched away as well, which was pretty interesting. But at this point, he doesn't have enough speed behind him to actually KO my Tempest. So I will get the win on this one. And he will ask for the switch. And I will choose to use Rage, as again, my Rage has the best overall chance of beating any of his combos. And he will choose to use his World combo, which is a good choice in my opinion. Now, you'll see this time I'm going to launch really hard and try to make contact as fast as possible. So you see, I get that contact and I keep hitting, so I get the win there. And that win there is the point where I think that I know that I have this one won, as now I have the advantage and I'm not going to make a mistake on switches. So BuilderROB will actually choose to replay, which is a good choice. It is a good choice. As I did, maybe I could have gotten a lucky hit. He doesn't know, so that is a good choice. So you see, he jumps over my rage combo, and I go into a tornado stall, and he follows me and KOs. So I will call for the switch on this one, and this is a mistake on his part here, as he chooses to use his world on zone dash plus Z when he chooses to stay with it when he sees that I have that orbit metal combo. Now, I've said this before, I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't too familiar with how good orbit metal is or can be, as it is really good, and a fresh orbit metal has a lot of stamina. I do think a fresh orbit metal has a good chance to beat Atomic Semifinals. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I have a good feeling that it does. I could be. But in this specific matchup, I know that my orbit metal is going to be a same skin zone dash plus S. So yeah, he's launching it right in the center, and so was I, so it's going to come down to stamina. There's no way he's going to have more stamina than my orbit same spin against his zone dash plus Z. So he will ask for the switch, and with 4 against 3 and me having the advantage, I choose to stay with orbit metal, or the world on orbit metal, as I have recently, my orbit metal combo has been beating opposite spin combos. So I want to see how it can do against his drift combo. So I'm really hoping that by me sticking with my world on orbit metal that he'll pick drift, because I want to see how that plays out. Now I know technically he has the advantage, but it really depends on how he launches. And the way that I can win this is to just hard launch and do a sliding or tilting launch to try to make contact. But you'll see what happens here is he goes into a tornado stall, I believe. Yeah, he goes into a tornado stall, and as he's coming back, I kind of nudge him out. So yeah, that is the end of the tournament, and I do actually end up winning. Now, with respect to the free pass package, as the organizer, I didn't think it was right for me to keep that free pass package. So I did choose to give it to the next player who would be able to go, whether that have been BuilderROB. So if BuilderROB wouldn't have been able to go to the summer games, then I would have passed it on to the 3rd place, 4th place, and so forth until someone would have been able to go, or to someone who would have been able to go. So yeah, that is the end of this video. There will be another Beyblade Premier, one more for North Carolina, and that will be in Monroe on May the 15th, so Saturday, May 15th. So yeah, if you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. Thanks.